Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. It's June 4th, Friday, and the weekend's ahead of us. Stock market today, the Dow is up about 100, the Nasdaq's up about 150. We continue to grind higher. Now, I do believe that we're going to see some downside pressure coming into the market this summer, but not yet. It's still in that upward trend, but it will shift, and it will shift soon. What I want to talk today about is real estate. Real estate, there's a lot going on. Now, I'm a real estate broker in full disclosure, but there is a lot going on in real estate right now, and most people aren't seeing what's going on. They don't get it. They don't quite grasp the concept. Now, home prices, they're surging up. They're surging up, right? 13% higher year over year. Okay, but things are changing. Things are starting to change. What do we got changing in this month? This month right here in June, we got the eviction moratorium coming to an end. We got the forbearance on foreclosures on mortgages coming to an end. So now this is federal. Now there could be state by state laws that are going to last longer, but the federal laws for eviction bans and foreclosure bans, that's coming to an end. They're going to be allowed to go in and evict tenants. They're going to be allowed to go in and, foreclose on properties. Now they're probably going to try to be a push to extend this. Why? Why is there going to be a push to extend this? Because there's like 10 million households. I don't know how many people that is. Multiply it by 4 people in a house. That'd be like 40 million people walking around homeless. I'm telling you, things are changing in the real estate market. Now, people think that the markets can only go higher. And so far, they've been correct. Okay, but what's doing that? Well, the propping up of the real estate market. We're propping up the real estate market. Now, why are we doing this? I'm not really sure. Okay, so what do? Well, the Federal Reserve, they buy $40 billion a month in mortgages. Now, why do they need to buy these mortgages? Well, it keeps the rates low. The rates are back under 3% for a 30-year fixed mortgage. Below 3%. Now, do you think we need to subsidize the mortgage market? I do not think we do, but I'll tell you why they do it, because they're afraid. They're afraid they know if they don't do it that the market's going to come crashing down. Interest rates will spike higher, and the market will come down. Okay, now Biden's got 2 other things. He's so worried. He's giving tax credits to rehab a property. Now, do you think in the hottest real estate market ever that we really need to give tax credits to someone who rehabs a property? I don't think we do. Okay, now what about a first-time home buyer? $15,000 first-time home buyer credit for the down payment. Do we really need to pour gasoline on the fire? I don't think we do, but the Biden administration, they're worried. Okay, now here, I'm going to get into what they're worried about. Now, I want you to get this. Okay, so we have inventory has been really low. But for the past 2 months, inventory has been going higher. This is a change. Inventory has been going lower all throughout the pandemic, but it's changed the last 2 months. Going higher. It's creeping up. Okay, but what happened? All right, well, existing home sales for the last 3 months have been lower and lower. Inventory, check it out, inventory going higher. Home sales going lower and lower. As a matter of fact, new home sales in April, they dropped 5.9%. That's a lagging indicator. Look we're already in June. How'd they do in May? What are we doing in June? I'm telling you, they're dropping. Only the wealthy people can afford houses at these prices. They're running out of wealthy people. The affordability factor is coming in. So why are prices still at record highs? Well, here's the thing. So you got inventory creeping up. You got home sales going down. Okay, so people going, I can't afford to buy a home. I'm not even looking anymore. I'm out of the game until the prices come down. But what's the seller's mentality? Look, I deal with this all the time. Now, when I go into a listing appointment, I bring in the comps for what the house is sold on the street for. And you know what? You know what? When I tell them that, look at Billy Bob down the street, his house sold for $1.2 million. But I think you should list yours at $1.1 million because the market's starting to change. You know what they say? Oh, no. Zillow says ours is worth $1.3 million. I know, but Billy Bob, his only sold for $1.2. Yeah, but Billy Bob's house wasn't as nice as our house. When really, if you look at Billy Bob's house was way nicer. But the mentality of the seller, they want to get that full price. They want to set the record in the neighborhood. They want to prove that their house was the best house. And they say, well, Zillow says we can get as much as 1.3. I go, really? Zillow says that? Well, let's call up Zillow and get a price quote from them and see what Zillow will pay you. Well, I don't know about that. Well, yeah, Zillow has these instant quotes. They'll give you an instant offer. And you know what their offer will come in at? It'll come in at around $900,000. It won't come in at 1.3. They give you a range that they say it's worth 1.1 to 1.3. And all sellers want the top of the range. But if they call up Zillow and say, give me a quote, give me an offer to buy my house, Zillow's going to come in here at $900,000. And are they going to sell their house for $900,000? Heck no. You know why? Well, Billy Bob got $1.2 million. We got to get as much as Billy Bob. I know Billy Bob. He's on our street. If we get less than Billy Bob, that means Billy Bob did better than us. I don't want Billy Bob doing better than us. So the sellers have not come to reality yet. Look, if you want to sell your house, you still have time. You can get out at these high prices. But let me tell you, a train wreck is coming to the housing market. Look, there's been this FOMO, this fear of missing out, where it's just gotten higher and higher and higher. And we're so far from reality. The Federal Reserve pouring the gasoline on the fire saying, we'll buy the mortgages. Now, I think houses are going to come down. How much do I think they're going to come down? Over time, it's not, houses don't crash like the stock market. Stock market can crash 50% in one day. Well, 50% in one day in the housing market doesn't work like that because the seller mentality wants to get as much as Billy Bob down the street got. They will not lower their price until they sit and hold and get desperate. Then they have to lower their price, not to where they could have got at the 1.1. They'll have to lower it to the $900,000 that Zillow's offering them. Okay, so the housing market is definitely changing. Yes, we're at record highs. But we peaked out. I do believe that we have seen the peak. And this is good news. This is not bad news. That we need an adjustment. We need some price discovery. This market's not real. Look, when you are stimulating the market with $40 billion a month of taxpayer money just to keep mortgages low, let's see what happens if they stop doing that. Let's see where the mortgage rates adjust. What if they just went to 3, 4, 5, maybe 6%. 6% is pretty normal for a mortgage. It's about half that right now. What if the mortgage rate doubled? Well, if the mortgage rate doubled, let me tell you, your house is going to be coming down about 50%. 50%. Now, people don't believe this. People think I'm crazy. Mike, houses only go up. You know that. You know that houses never come down. Well, we'll see. Maybe you're right. Maybe they do only go up. I don't believe that. I believe we're going to get a correction in the housing market. It's going to look like a train wreck. It's going to be massively painful, and people are going to be crying when they have to sell their house for half of what Billy Bob sold his house for. Half. It's going to become half off. Now, that's going to take a year or two to play out, but you got all these foreclosures coming onto the marketplace. There's 2 million of them, over 2 million of them. You got the eviction moratorium. They're going to kick the tenants out. They're going to put the houses up for sale because they're going to see that inventory is coming on. Now, when everything's going up, nobody wants to sell. You know what happens when everything starts to go down? People want out. People want to sell. It becomes that train wreck I'm talking about. They will get out at any price. Yes, if you want to get out these high numbers, you better do it quick because the market has already shifted. People don't know that yet. You don't know that yet. You think your neighbor's still selling a house, and they're still selling pretty quick. Average in my area is about 6 days to get a house sold. But it is changing, and when it changes, it can change relatively quick. So just be aware. Now, If you're thinking of buying a house, I'd say hold on to your cash right now. You do not want to be buying a house right before the train wreck. That's my personal opinion. Now, I'm not saying to go out and sell your personal residence. You need somewhere to live, but do not go buy an investment house. A lot of real estate brokers are pushing the investment house. Oh, no, you don't want to do that right now. You're going to get hurt if you do that. I'm telling you, I would not be a buyer right now. I would be sitting back. I'd be waiting. I'd be keeping my cash. I'd be stashing that cash, getting ready for the sale. There's going to be a sale coming, and it's coming to the real estate market near you. So that's all I got to talk about today. I wanted to get that out there, let you all think about that over the long weekend was last weekend. This is just a regular weekend, only 2 days this weekend. It's going to seem like kind of a short weekend after the long weekend. But if you like this stuff, give me that thumbs up. Why not? It's Friday. It's a good day for a thumbs up. You really like it? Hit that subscribe button so we can talk again next week. I'm Tall Mike. Get out there. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye now.